Now that we know that Haas is clearly going to be a midfield team this season and Alfa Romeo, being a Ferrari-powered team, have several chances more to score this year, the question really is who could end up last this year. Following are the three main candidates of who could end up at the bottom of the table this year. Number 1, Williams. Williams has had a terrible start to the season so far. In Bahrain, Albon finished 13th in the race and Latifi 16th after a qualifying result of 14 and 20 for them respectively. In Saudi Arabia, Albon finished 14th, last of all finishers, while Latifi DNF'd after crashing out. Qualifying was nothing to write home about either, while Latifi crashing out after setting a lap worthy of the back of the grid, while Albon could only manage a P18. As Mercedes struggles, all constructors powered by the Mercedes engines are struggling as well, and that means it is very difficult to see any hope at the end of the tunnel for them this year. After years of struggle and being at the back of the grid, last year was a beacon of hope for them, but it looks like all the hard work didn't really pay off for them this year. Number 2, Aston Martin. To be honest, Aston Martin looked quite bad in the testing itself. Things really didn't improve for them in the races, though, as Vettel was tested positive for COVID and had to sit out for the first 2 races of the year. While the Super Sub Hülkenberg stepped in, both of the drivers finished out of the points in Bahrain, with Stroll finishing 12th and Hülkenberg last of the finishers in 17th. Their qualifying results in Bahrain was even worse, with Stroll qualifying in P19 and Hülkenberg 17th. It was more or less the same story for them in Saudi Arabia, with Stroll barely making into Q2 while Hülkenberg finished P18. Things improved a little bit in the race, but both the drivers still finished out of the points, with Hülkenberg 12 and Stroll 13. Number 3, McLaren. Back in December, no one would have believed that we could be considering McLaren to be at the bottom of the table. After 2 consecutive years of solid performance and fighting for third in the championship, 2022 started off well for them, performing really well in the first test in Barcelona. Things quickly changed for them as they struggled in the second test in Bahrain. But no one expected them to struggle as much as they did when they came into the first Grand Prix of the season. Bahrain saw them qualifying in P13 and P18 and finished the race 14th and 15th, the third and the fourth last cars to finish the race. Saudi Arabia was slightly better for them, but with both the drivers qualifying in P11 and P12. In the race, Norris managed to finish within the points, earning the team 6 points with his P7, while Ricciardo DNF'd. At the time of making this video, the Australian Grand Prix qualifying is over, with both McLaren drivers qualifying in top 10, and that proves that they are improving and most likely not end at the bottom of the table at the end of this year. After the first 2 races of the 2022 season, McLaren is sitting at the 8th position on the table with 6 points. Aston Martin 9th with 0 points and Williams 10th with 0 points as well. Realistically, I don't see McLaren ending the season last. They would in most likelihood be somewhere in the midfield, battling for the 5th position. Between Aston Martin and Williams, however, it is difficult to pick the weaker team. Both teams have been struggling so far, and neither have been showing any promise for improvement in the season. But if we have to bet on a team, it would have to be Williams. It has the weaker driver lineup and possibly would struggle more as the season goes on compared to Aston Martin and the drivers Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel if you like to watch similar content, and stay tuned to I Am Formula for everything Formula 1. Until next time, take care and stay safe.